I guess it's really
Welcome
welcome
back.
us back because we were, I don't know, we were under the Mercury retrograde happened, you guys.
You know what? Life happened. It
Life
was a
happened.
lot.
There was a lot happening. And we are just grateful to be back.
We're so happy to be back.
So
Can't wait.
happy. I know. We were just saying how good it feels to be doing this again because it's been too long.
Too
Too,
long.
too
Like over a
long.
month, right?
Yeah.
Or like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird because
Crazy.
like I think you and I also like, yes, we talk every day, but like when we do this, we talk almost like constantly. It's
Now we're back,
But now
baby.
we're back. I started taking B12 gummy vitamins and I feel like that's helping.
Ooh.
I'm not like
Be careful.
like
B12 has made me
yes.
break out like crazy.
I
So,
I was so
like,
tired. I honestly would be working like 8 to 3 at my desk and then 3 to 5:30 on my couch. And I'd be in bed by like 7:30, 8 o'clock. Not a
yeah.
life. Not a
It's,
life, guys.
yeah,
Not a
B12 is
life.
good for the energy. You'll feel better.
Yeah. But we are back.
Um,
We are thriving. We are doing things a little differently.
yeah, we're diving into like some more obscure um subjects
Yes.
rather than the trending crimes. We're gonna dig into some weird stuff.
Because
We're
honestly,
excited about it.
we like the weird stuff more, I feel like, too. Like we get more
Yeah.
excited about the weird stuff.
Should we dive in?
I think before anything, we need to cleanse our palates with a little
Beautiful.
Kaisa's cocktail corner.
Welcome to Kaisa's Cocktail Corner. Well, this
It's been so long.
horrifying, horrifying colored drink.
That is
It looks like toxic waste.
it.
It's,
It looks like when you
it's
drink it, you're
neon
gonna
green.
get it's like a biohazard. You know, like did you ever watch the show Secret Life of Alex Mack? That was on
Yes.
Nick.
Yes.
It's like when she got into the biohazard, she got superpowers. Or like there's an episode of
Yeah.
Family Guy like that. It's like you're gonna drink that and you're gonna get some superpower. But please continue.
Yeah, what superpower will I get? Tell me.
I don't know. I'm gonna think
Invisibility.
about it.
Um,
Is that the one you want?
okay. I don't know. I don't know what I would want. That's something I would have to think on. This is called the leapfrog, based off of our topic that we're talking about, froggers. It's spelled Phroggger. This is Midori, vodka, lime juice, grapefruit soda, and garnished with a cherry at the bottom. This is just a very interesting
You
looking
know what
drink.
else it reminds me of is do you remember like
Mm.
I don't know, my childhood we had ice cream trucks. I know not everyone has ice cream
Mhm.
trucks, which I find so odd. But like, do you remember that one that was like in the it was like a cone shape and it had the gumball at the bottom? It was like
Yeah,
pink.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Or it
And
was
that's so
blue.
funny you bring
Yes.
up ice cream trucks because our neighborhood, there's one old man that goes around in his ice cream truck. It's like an old
Wait,
school
that's
ice cream
so
truck and it plays the music
cute.
every night and our dogs want to kill him every time he drives by because they can hear it. But it's but the kids in our neighborhood like run to it. It's like a thing
You
still.
have to. I feel like if I lived in a
Yeah,
neighborhood that had an ice cream truck, I would still go out and get it. Like
I
it's
know. I
it's
haven't
so
yet,
good.
but someday.
Will you do it for me? I'll give you my
Yes, I
order.
will.
Amazing.
Okay. I'll ship it to Boston.
Yeah, that's not gonna last, huh? Nah. Oh well. Okay.
Who
So
knows? Did you
yes.
read that article about the drumsticks that don't melt?
Yeah, I will never
People
eat
are
one
like
again.
leaving them out. So I
Never
could
will
ship you
eat
one
one
of those.
again. I used to love those too. No,
Um,
you know what my favorite was when I was a kid? And then do you remember they had like the Flintstones push pops?
yes, those are so good. Weren't they like
So good.
yogurt? Frozen yogurt?
I don't know, but you buy them in
They
like
were
the
so
novelty
delicious.
section. They were so good. I saw Dunkaroos also in the grocery store the other day. Or
my
was it a dream?
gosh.
I don't know. Or it was on TikTok. Something I
They're
was
bringing back
something
so
was
much.
happening. Yes. Let's bring it all back.
You hallucinated.
Yeah. Bring back the
Okay.
90s and home prices.
I
Let's
loved
go.
the 90s, honestly.
Same.
We're gonna talk about frogging. And I
Yeah.
do want to put a little disclaimer because some of my stories have sexual assault. It's just overall creepy, illegal activity. Some of this could be triggering, so just beware.
Yeah. So,
Um,
Kaisa, what is frogging? What is it?
Frogging is a person who lives in another person's home without their knowledge. The name comes from leapfrog, with the intruder hopping from place to place like a frog, like an attic, walls, basements, cupboards,
So
and it can
weird.
result in criminal charges, including felony charges.
As it
So,
should.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Creepy. Can't imagine
Creepy.
finding out someone has been living in your house
I'd
for
be
weeks.
pissed, especially as a renter. Like, I'm paying a lot of money to live where I live, and someone's just living off me for free. Rude.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and
I'd also
like
be pissed if
listening
I
to
was a
you.
homeowner, but yeah.
Yeah, but ugh, ugh. Okay,
Ew.
do you want to start with yours? With one of
Sure.
yours?
Let's start off with a bang. I want to bring you back to 2001 when it was like the height of Baywatch. That's right. We're going to be talking about Pamela Anderson.
Ooh.
And why is she in this? Because someone was frogging in her home. Now, let me tell you.
What?
Yes. So 2001, Baywatch, I believe, was still on. I don't know. I was 10, not really watching that. But obviously know what Baywatch is because everyone does. Yeah,
Yes.
slow-mo running. That was beautiful, Kaisa. Um,
Yes.
so Pam Anderson owned this gorgeous home in Malibu that had her home and then a guest house. And she noticed that there was an unfamiliar face in the window of her guest house. And she obviously thought it was unoccupied because it's her home. Like, why would someone be in her guest house? It turns out it was this homeless woman who had been living in her guest house and was wearing one of her iconic Baywatch swimsuits, like the red one that
What?
everyone knows. Yes.
This
So
is nuts.
she, the woman who was frogging, had a letter for Pam Anderson saying, "I'm not a lesbian. I just want to touch you." Like, okay, interesting. Um, Also, Anderson had her two kids at the time that were both babies. So she has like her two kids and this woman who was just in her home
Stalker.
wearing one of her swimsuits and is like, "I just want
Oh
to
no.
touch you. Like, I don't want anything." Like,
Oh no,
so
no, no.
obviously she called security, but they couldn't locate the woman. Like, the woman ran out of the guest house. They couldn't find her. And it turns out for 3 to 4 days, she was living in Pam Anderson's main house. So like I don't
No.
know how big her house was, but it must be pretty big if you can't find a woman for 3 to 4 days. And she was just stealing all the food
Oh my God.
while in the house.
Did she
So the
touch her?
no, so the police finally were able to find and arrest this woman. And she obviously was charged. Um, and after that, Pam Anderson has kept all of her Baywatch red swimsuits in a safe,
Oh my gosh. As she should.
as
Those are
she
special.
should. Yes. So that is how Pam Anderson was affected by frogging.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that. That's so
Isn't
creepy.
that
Like I
so
knew
weird?
I was into, but I didn't know that
Yeah.
happened.
But
And that was by someone else.
yeah, I mean, I could totally see how someone with that much money and space would not realize someone's there. But this happens to people
Totally.
in apartments or small homes all the time, which I hope
Yeah, I have an example
segue.
of
I was
that.
gonna say, I hope that segues really nicely into one of your stories.
Oh yeah. So this takes place in a tiny New York apartment. So, in a big apartment building. So very, very small apartments in New York usually for
Mhm.
very, very high rent. Um, but this happened in 2009. So Joe Cummings from Manhattan, New York, noticed that someone had been peeing in his sink and stealing his food. And he
Ew.
originally blamed his girlfriend, and he was like, "Why are you eating all the food?"
And
Which is
peeing
like,
in the
what?
sink?
I don't know about the peeing, but
All I'm
yeah,
gonna say is
gross.
like
Also, how do you
that is
know?
some
Do you
kind of
smell it? Gross.
art form to be able to pee in a sink as a woman.
I mean, I guess you just sit on the ledge, right? I don't know.
Maybe I was thinking she
Like
actually like
squat.
climbed on,
Yeah, that's what she did
squatted,
actually,
like
because they caught it on camera.
stop.
Yeah. So he set up a camera to figure out what was going on because he was like, "What the fuck? My food is disappearing and there's pee smell and
Ew.
um yeah, so gross." And he figured out, so he saw this woman drop down from a cupboard in his kitchen onto a table, then um goes to the floor, then goes to the sink, squats over it and pees, then goes to the fridge to grab some
Snackies.
snackies, and then she goes to the sofa and watches TV for a little bit. I'm like, how did she do that without him waking up? Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
and goes back and hides. And then this is very short, but he called the police and she was arrested. She had been living there for 2 weeks. So what the fuck? He said the only way in my apartment is through the window, and he's on the top floor, so it must have been with the fire escape going through the
Oh,
window. And so the police thought she was coming to rob him and then just decided to stay and hang out for a bit.
Jesus. I
And
mean, she
there's
kept
nothing about
robbing.
who this woman is. Like I could not find a thing about her online. So it's just a mystery
I
woman.
know that was the same thing with the Pam Anderson woman. Like they wouldn't name her. So
Yeah.
it's so weird. These people do such weird things.
They do
Sorry.
such weird, I
Such
like
weird
this.
things. Sorry. Um,
And then yeah, you have another one?
I do. And it's also about a couple, but not accusing the girlfriend of doing anything. So this one is in 2019 with newlywed couple Brittany and James Campbell. They were living in Hawaii, in Honolulu, and they just returned to their home and realized massive red flag. There was a bike outside, like immediately outside their house. And they were like, this is weird. I don't understand. James had been a member of the US Navy. So he's like kicking
Okay.
it into high gear, like, what's going on? And he went to go open the front door and he was met by someone on the other side forcefully, like trying to keep it closed.
Oh God.
So, like, obviously, so he finally, like, James finally managed to get 23-year-old Ezekiel Zayas out of the house. Um, and he was arrested, but there was so much property damage. There was like
Oh my
everything in
gosh.
their house was torn apart. They found these like really scary notes that he left on the family's computer mentioning like wanting to perform all these bizarre surgeries on them and also wanting to turn
What?
the yes, and then also wanting to turn the family from omnivores to quote unquote Ezekiel's, which is his name. Um, there were knives scattered all over the bedroom. And like, there were so many diary entries about the couple that it was clear that he had been watching them for like a really long time and finally
Oh my
got
gosh,
into their
that's so
house.
scary.
Um, gets a little scarier. He eventually pled guilty to first degree burglary in 2023, but it was a part of a plea deal because he was also found guilty of multiple crimes, including the worst one, which was killing a fellow inmate in the facility where he was being held.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So now he's apparently spending like the next 20 years in jail.
That is so creepy.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I think your final story is probably the scariest.
This
I
one's
have
a
a feeling.
doozy.
By the way, Kaisa and I
And
both don't know anything we're either one of us were talking about, so you're getting like
I
real
like
time
this.
except I love this new format.
I
This is
like it.
great. Tell us
It's
your
fun to
scary
hear
story.
stories.
I know. Tell us our scary
Um,
story.
okay, this story is about Daniel LaPlante. And trigger warning, this has a lot of like real creepy stuff and violence and everything.
Everything.
Okay. So there have been many different stories about this, so there may be some stretches of the truth. Many sources have different stories. But
That's
I went
okay. We
with the
love
most
stretches
common
of
one.
truth.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna start at the beginning. Daniel LaPlante, as a kid, suffered sexual abuse and psychological abuse, mostly by his dad. He struggled in school, had dyslexia. He didn't take care of his physical health, his hygiene, and he was just like a stinky, gross, greasy boy as a kid.
As the
Um,
kids would say.
he was also diagnosed with hyperactive disorder. And to make it worse, his psychologist made sexual advances towards him when he was a kid,
What?
just very unethical
Yeah.
and disgusting. Um, then it progressed to this is very common in creepy people that we've discovered as we do our research. As
Mhm.
a teen, he spent evenings breaking into people's homes, stealing, and then started progressing and moving things around and fucking with them at night. So, like, totally rearrange their furniture, all of that creepy stuff that psychopaths do. He really enjoyed playing mind games. Okay, so this is where it begins. In 1986, LaPlante had the phone number of a house that he broke into once, one of these houses that he rearranged. And it was a father and his two daughters. The wife had just died of cancer, but he didn't know this. So it's Tina,
Jeez.
15, and Karen, 9. He started talking to the daughters on the phone. He would just call them and talk to them, which is creepy. And then he pretended he was an athletic boy at a nearby school and it like made himself sound really attractive, and he's not. So Tina, one of the daughters, agreed to go on a date with him. When she met up with him, she was in shock because he was not as he described himself. Um, and he was asking her creepy questions, was very interested in the details of her mother's death. And
Ew.
ask like really creepy questions like how did you feel at the moment she died and like things like that, which is
What?
just like so
Ew.
whoa.
Like,
And
leave
ask
her
how much she
alone.
suffered. Yeah, so creepy. So one night the sisters tried to contact their deceased mother by performing a seance.
Okay, no
The
lie.
same night,
I think participating in a seance would actually be kind of cool.
I've like played with the like dumb Bloody Mary
Ouija.
thing, you know?
Oh, I would never do
Like when
that,
we
but
were
I've done the
little.
Ouija board.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was the thing when we were kids. But okay, so they didn't really think it would happen, but they heard rhythmic knocking on the walls next to their beds that night. So creepy. They thought it was their mom because it just kept going and they were really freaked out. Um, they continued to hear it every night and they told their dad about it, but he thought they were just like imagining things or saying it because they were dealing with mourning their mom's death and all this
Right.
stuff, teenagers.
No way it could be
Um,
someone.
One night, the knocking was incessant and seemed to be coming from the basement. They went downstairs with knives, these girls, and written in blood red on the basement wall said, "I'm in your room. Come find me." Can you imagine seeing that? I like had chills
I
researching
want to
this.
cry.
The girls ran to a neighbor's house and asked for help. And their dad thought they were doing it to get attention and made them go to
What is wrong
therapists.
with this dad?
I
Sorry.
mean, it sounded like he was in deep mourning too, so he like just
I'm
didn't know how to
sure,
deal.
but like,
I know. Also, your coffee looks beautiful. Um,
thanks. I wanted to enjoy it in a glass,
it looks
and all my other ones were
okay.
gross.
So they went to therapists. Um, didn't change anything. The knocking kept happening. They kept talking about it. From the knocking came from their bedroom one day when they were in the house, and they came into their room and saw on the wall, "I'm back, come find me," written in red, which ended up being ketchup, but
Oh,
really creepy. Really creepy. Um, this time the dad believed them because he noticed things were moved around in their house after they were gone and they came back. So he was like,
and
something
how long
weird is
did this go
happening.
on for?
This was like weeks and weeks and weeks. It's
Oh,
so creepy. Just wait. Just wait. The dad walked into his daughter Tina's room and saw "Marry Me" written on the wall. Then below it, a teenage boy, a small little boy, wearing his dead wife's dress, a wig, and full makeup, holding a hatchet.
so like
Like
a bit
what?
Norman Bates.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
So scary. So scary.
What the fuck?
So there was
Ah,
like a tussle and he was able to
a
run away,
tussle.
so they didn't catch him at this time. The tussle.
I love that word.
The police searched the house and found that there was a crawl space in the cupboard, which was built to the wall of the girl's bedroom. Um, and when the police opened it, they found him curled up inside. So they also discovered that he had tunneled through all of the walls so he could make it into every room. He made
Oh
little
my
peepholes in
God.
every room so he could watch them. So
Oh,
scary. Ugh, so creepy.
are you
But
gonna
it goes
check your
on.
house now for tunnels and crawl spaces? I feel like
Yes.
that's a
But I
Dane
need
job.
to,
Like that's a blue job, not
yeah.
a pink job.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And there's like a attic in our house and
Hmm.
it's so creepy. Like I would never go up there. I'm
No.
scared.
No.
We saw photos when they were doing the like inspection, but
Hmm.
it looks so creepy.
No,
No, no,
thank
no.
you.
No, thank you. Okay, it goes on.
Oh my
So
God.
after Danny
How?
went, because he got worse. After Danny
How?
went to the juvenile facility for a year, he was let out. He began burglarizing homes again, and he broke into a nearby house and was met with a pregnant woman and her two kids, Abigail
Oh
and
no.
William. Yeah, it's really bad. Just gonna put a warning here. Danny raped and shot
Oh,
Priscilla in the head multiple times, point blank range. They found her in bed face down. Both kids were drowned in separate bathtubs on different floors of the house. Yeah, there was a 48-hour manhunt, and he was sentenced to 3 life sentences. So he's probably still in prison right now, I think.
as he fucking should
Mm.
be.
Yeah, if he's not dead.
Jesus.
How fucked up is that? Like, that's why you take
Ugh.
the red flags and you watch people
Yes,
and
don't ignore red flags, guys, in any
do not.
form of your life. Do not.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Oh,
that hurt me.
I was like, this keeps going. Yuck. Yeah, it's really
Ugh.
scary. So now any sound I hear, I'm gonna be freaking out.
Yeah, I
Like at
mean,
night.
yeah. I
Is
think
it
if I
someone
had
in
a
my
house, I'd
wall?
be freaking out. I don't know, like
Hmm.
I don't know. Ugh.
Ugh, so creepy.
I don't like it. No bueno.
Yes.
No bueno. I can't
And
think
there
of
are
a
so many stories, guys, of
There
these.
are.
Like
There are
it is a
so
common
many
thing.
stories. If you want us to
Yeah,
do a part two on frogging, please
we're
leave a
here for it.
comment. We are here for it. We want to know
We
what
are.
you think. Let us
Mhm.
know.
Let us know.
I have no segue to the next section.
I don't either. I was like, and better, but not really,
No.
because we're talking about
So,
bad people. Speaking of bad
yeah.
people.
Well, I mean, you know what? Bad people and bad people. Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So, Kaisa and I have been shitting on a lot of people lately. And
Mhm.
so we decided that
It's fun.
we wanted to compare our most hated slash worst Bravolebrities. And we want to know what you guys think too. So maybe in our Instagram story today, we'll ask, who do you guys hate the most or think is the worst? And by saying that, that'll mean I will actually do that today.
Yes. I know we always
Yes.
forget.
I know. We come up with all these ideas, and Kaisa has been maintaining our spreadsheet so well. You have. I haven't
Not
touched it. You've
recently.
been killing it. But um but I want to know who you think is one of the worst or who you hate. Like I want to know.
Yeah, we need to know.
No, I mean you. But yes, we want to know what
Oh,
you all our
I
listeners
want to know
think,
what
but
everyone
I
thinks. Yeah.
really want to know what Kaisa thinks. Since
Okay, so I was on a rampage of like man hate. So my
so just
first
another
chunk
Tuesday
of my list, yeah, first chunk of my list
are men.
was men. Side note, I was at a drag show last night and it
Yes.
was so packed and I was sent to get drinks for my friends. It was so packed. You know how you're in a concert and you like can't move past people?
Yes.
I had to go all the way across the room to get a drink for my friend and then come back. And can I just say, gay men and queer people are so much nicer in that setting.
Yeah.
Like if I were at a straight bar pushing past people, people would try to fight me.
People suck.
Like here, they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to make room for you." Like so
Yeah.
nice. I was like,
So
"This is so wonderful."
my
Anyway,
yes, my sister and friends, just a side note, call me the weasel because I am able to weasel my way through a crowd to get
yes.
drinks, concert tees, merch. Like, you want something? I'm your girl. Just send me on through. And I somehow am able to beeline through a crowd. And I don't know, it's just been my
Oh my
thing.
gosh, that's a
That
talent. I was like,
it's
"I'm
my
so sorry. I'm
superpower.
so sorry."
I love it. The first time we realized it was
Wisconsin.
at a Jason Mraz concert. So that's when I was like, I don't know. It was
Incredible.
while I was in high school, I guess. And my sister, my best friend, and my cousin were like, we all want shirts with the line so long. I was like, watch this. Now, by the way, I used to be afraid to just even call the pizza place to order food. Like, I would make my little sister do it. I was so scared. But me, just like beeline through a crowd, and 5 minutes later was like, here are some shirts, guys. So
Yes, that's amazing. I need to go to
sorry.
concerts with you.
Well, yeah, we just need to do that, period. And I need to go to drag
Yeah,
shows
in
with
general.
you because,
I
yeah,
gotta say, I felt a little old at the show. I was
no
like, I don't
such
know if I
thing.
can.
No
Anyway,
such
okay.
thing. Okay.
Start of the list. Thomas Ravenel.
Yes.
T-Rav.
T-Rap.
Alleged rapist.
I totally forgot about him also.
He's
But
horrible.
he sucks.
Terrible
He has sucked
human.
since day
Ugh.
one. Red
I
flag,
mean,
getting
he's
a
done like
22-year-old
crazy illegal
pregnant.
money stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's
Poor
definitely some
Catherine.
questionable. Yes, 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 yes.
What a
He is
shit show of a
mentally
human being.
abusive also. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just constantly on drugs and drunk. And he's just terrible. Anyway, okay.
Um, that's
Do you
great.
want to should we go back and forth or how do
Yeah,
we
why
do
not?
this?
Because I have one that relates to Thomas Ravenel. Ashley
Ooh.
Jacobs, his
Oh,
girlfriend,
I
the
forgot about
nurse.
her.
Yes. How much
I
did she
forgot.
suck?
She was so awful.
There is a
She was so
scene
mean.
there's a scene where Patricia takes her shopping, and my friend Elise and I send each other, you know, Elise, she and I send each
Hmm.
other the clip all the time because Patricia's like saying all the stuff to her, and Ashley's like, she gives her, like, Patricia gives her like really good advice. And you just see Ashley
Hmm.
just being like, I'm going to convince this man to marry me and I'm going to do anything I can to make it happen.
Yeah,
And
her
it backfired.
psycho eyes.
But what a psychopath. How dare you call someone who had a baby an egg donor? She
I
goes, you're
know.
nothing but an
She's
egg donor. You
psycho.
remember that?
Yeah,
Outside of
when they were on
Patricia's
those
party?
cobblestones. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Oh, what a terrible human being. And then she comes back because she's friends with that one girl who only lasted a season. And
Oh, I did not like her.
no, I didn't
Whatever her
either.
name was.
Yeah. But she comes back and Ashley tries to like go and apologize to like Naomi, and like you just see Naomi running away from her, and then like
Yeah.
Craig doesn't want to be near Whitney doesn't want to be near, like no one wants her around. Psycho bitch.
Yeah, she had really crazy energy.
Yeah, she did.
Not good.
No,
Okay, my next one is Jax, but I gotta say, he is very entertaining. So I
he
don't
is.
want him to like go away,
I'd
but
put him in like the
but
infamous
terrible
category.
person.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's definitely like a psychopath or
Oh,
like
he
I don't
sucks.
even know. Yeah.
100%. I would put Ramona in the same category.
Mm, hmm She's on my list at the bottom, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'd put her in the same category as Jax. And you know what? Danielle Staub too. I would throw like the three of them in the same place. It's like they're terrible, like just awful.
They all have cocaine steroid energy.
Yeah. And they're so entertaining because they're so awful.
Yeah.
And they're all
It's
Delulu. Like they
really
all
bad.
live in their own world.
Lulu.
I would also
Um,
add the Salahis to that. Mikhail and her ex-husband, Tarek, from Real Housewives of DC, which
yeah,
I am seeing people petitioning to bring that back. I am so on board.
I just
That
started
is,
it.
it
So
is iconic. That season,
let's,
that franchise. I
let's do
want
it.
that back, and I want those wives back. Even though a
Hmm
lot of them are divorced now, like I want them back.
It's
They're
fine.
so good.
So many divorces all the time anyway.
Yeah, so true.
Um,
Sorry, I just threw out like three at you, which two
no,
weren't
it's
even on my
good.
list. But
This one is probably not, this is kind of problematic, but like,
just say it. We love
sorry, my
problematic.
dogs are playing in the hallway.
Aw.
Well, Russell Armstrong, he
Oh yeah. No, he
broke
sucked.
Taylor's orbital bone. Didn't he kill himself? He killed himself,
He
right?
did. He committed suicide, yes.
He hung himself. He
Because
left her
he
with a ton
owed
of
so
debt
much
and
money.
like
Yep. But
yeah, so he kind of fucked her over.
That's also how Taylor met her new husband though.
Yes. Yes, it was a blessing in disguise.
Mhm.
But yeah, he broke her eye socket bone. Like
Yeah.
totally
He
broke it.
abused the shit out of her. And
Horrible.
do you remember that scene when they're all sitting in Lisa's house and Camille's like, "We don't say that he hits you or he broke your jaw or he hits you," because she says it twice. Um, but it was like so heavy. And
Yeah,
like to
it's
think
really
they all
sad.
hid that, like they all knew what was going on and they didn't talk about it, and then it had to come out, like, whoops. Like that was,
She also found him.
yeah,
Like trauma that man caused her is
for real.
insane. Insane. Ugh. Yeah, so he's
Terrible.
terrible.
Hmm.
Hmm Actually,
Uh,
most of the husbands are terrible.
yeah, I have a
Michael
Joe Gor
Darby.
Michael Darby,
Yes.
100%.
He's like rotting away from the outside. It's
I think
disgusting.
he looks like a naked mole rat.
He's sunburned naked.
Yeah. I think any husband who knows, and I'm gonna put Juan Dixon in there too. Any husband
Ooh,
who
yes.
knows that your wife is, and you know who else? Kelsey Grammer, because he was married to Camille when she was on the first season. I'm
And
throwing them
he
all
like
in the same
manipulated her.
to be
He
on the show
got
because
her
he knew,
housewives. It would
yes.
distract her
Ah,
and he
so
could
he could go
oh,
off.
I hate
Yes.
him. I hate
So
him
I
so
think
much.
any guy who knows your wife is getting on this show and you choose to continually cheat on her, yeah, like
I don't love Camille, but that was terrible.
I like
Terrible.
Camille Donatachi way more than Camille Grammer.
Yes, absolutely.
um, I also have Joe Gorga on my list.
Oh yeah.
I think he fucking sucks. I hate
He's
him with like a
disgusting.
burning
He's like
passion.
a sweaty ball.
You know who I do
Sorry.
love is Joe Dudice really fucked Teresa over, but I love him now.
Yeah. I can't, oh my God. I can't wait for Jersey. Sorry.
It's so
Um,
soon. So soon.
it's so soon. I have do you remember Slade?
Yes. Ew, I hate him.
Ew, horrible. And Tom
Horrible.
Girardi are on the
Oh, Tom
husband's
Girardi.
list.
I like feel bad for Tom, but he was a
Oh,
dick.
I know.
He
Did
was
you watch
clearly,
the documentary thing
yes,
with
like
Erica?
he's clearly a totally like awful human being. And he was so like there were scenes where he was just so rude to Erica, but he made
Yeah.
it seem like it was just their relationship and she would
Sweet.
back off and I'm like, Erica doesn't back off to anyone. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that document, he is clearly like not there
Yeah.
mentally right now.
Hmm.
It's
Clearly.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in addition to Slade, I also have Gretchen because
Yeah.
she was terrible.
And now they're
They
married
were
with
just
kids
terrible
or a
together.
kid.
Yeah.
And they're still together.
She was a horror show.
They remind me of like an Eddie Haskell situation where they're just looking to like how to get rich quick next, you know?
Yes.
Like she had
Scammers.
her
Yeah.
bag line and she had like her makeup line, I think. And like
Like they are going to have a Ponzi scheme. Like, or if they
absolutely if they
do,
don't
if they
already.
don't already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly Dodd was on my list as well because she
She's a bitch.
is very entertaining, but she is like a terrible human.
Yeah, I'd throw her with like on a different tier than Ramona and Jax and Danielle,
Yeah.
but like she's in that sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like homophobic and shit. I don't like it.
Someone who was not entertaining and just I think sucks and was a wet blanket was Landon from Southern Charm.
Oh, that's who I thought you were talking about. I did not like her.
No, Landon was the one who like she said so she was also on the hills for a hot second.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Um, and she like came back to Southern Char like she came back to Charleston and was like, "Well, what if I loved you?" To Shep. Do you remember that with Shep? And I'm like, Shep is
Chef,
not
yes.
ever going to get married. Like, girl, you need to jump
Every
ship.
scene with her, she was like, I love
Yeah.
you.
And then there was like the weird like her and T Rav, and it's like, oh, and you know who else I want to throw in
Ugh,
this is T Rav's friend. Do you know who I'm talking about? JD.
that short man.
Yeah, JD who
Yeah.
owned the
Yeah.
restaurants, and then him and his wife were getting divorced while she was like pregnant. Like he was just a terrible human being.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Yeah, I want to throw him in there too.
They're all so
Most of the Southern
sweaty. Why
Charm
are all the
cast.
gross men
I
sweaty?
don't know.
Yeah.
Most of the guys from Southern Charm.
Hmm.
I'll even throw
Yeah.
Austin in there. He's a fuck
The
boy.
Southern culture in general with men is not great. It's not great.
Nah.
Not good.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's it for
That's your
me.
whole
I mean,
list?
I'm sure there
Oh, I got a
are.
couple
Yeah.
more. Let me give them to you.
Go, go,
I'm gonna throw out,
go.
I have two deep tracks. One is
Ooh.
Mike from Shaws of Sunset.
Oh my gosh. Sex addict.
Yes, and remember
Yeah.
he married Jessica and then he cheated on her and then there was like a
Uh-huh.
whole thing that came out that he like sexually assaulted other women and like
Yeah.
all
Jessica,
that.
poor Jessica.
Poor Jessica. Yeah, so I had Mike and then I guess my finale would be two of the worst people and really it's the husband are Amber and Jim Marchese from New
Oh my
Jersey
gosh.
from that season where
Yes.
like Dina came back and then they had the twin. It was a
Yeah, yeah,
season right
yeah. Oh
before
God,
Teresa
Dina.
went to jail. Right when Teresa was like
That
starting to go to jail and they had the
show.
trial. And Jim was a lawyer and he was like, I'm gonna sue you guys. And
What
like
a shit show.
they were awful. Awful. And I
Awful.
understand like but I also felt that at the same time because like Amber was like 5 years in remission from breast cancer and she had the scars and all that stuff. And like, but Amber started a bunch of drama because she said one of the twins' husbands slept with their mother. And then Jim is the one who like shouted it at the beach house when they were like at the shore. And
I need to watch that again.
I think I might need to rewatch that season
Yeah, it's a good season.
because that's also when I was gonna say Marissa, and I know that's not her name. Melissa and Teresa like weren't fighting,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like pretty good.
Yeah, they were
I
chill.
think I'm kind of excited for this new season, but at the same time, like I've been reading so much about it that the way that they had to film with Teresa and Melissa not speaking they
It's
can't
annoying.
keep that up for another season.
That's
So
annoying. If you're
I
going to
think
be
they
on the
need to change it
show,
up. If
yeah.
they're changing up all these other franchises, then I think they need to look at all of the franchises.
Yeah,
But that's
I
just
agree.
me.
I agree. There needs to be a refresh of
Yeah.
everything, honestly.
Yeah, I want to know, and Kaisa, I'm sure also wants to know because I'm going to speak for both of us. We want to know which franchise you guys think needs the most amount of change. I'm also going to put that in the Instagram
It
story.
worked for New York. Like
It
it
really
worked.
did.
That was very successful. Everyone loved it.
Yeah.
Um, so let's do it. Oh, yes. I would love to hear
Yes.
what people think.
Ignore me while I do this. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. Okay, guys.
Oh, no, that's good.
With
Okay.
that, shall we do our favorite? That was great, guys. I just did like karate chop dance moves. Also, I'm realizing my bruise is just like in this a
Oh
lot.
my God. What is that from?
That's where they did. Oh, I was in the ER on Monday night. And
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
where they
Oh my
did my blood
gosh.
draw.
Oh my God.
I'm fine,
I'm
by the
so
way,
glad
guys.
you're
I'm
feeling
fine.
better. Yeah. So glad
Yeah,
you're feeling better. Holy
me
shit.
too. But yeah, I
That's
just keep seeing
huge.
it, but I'm like, that's actually a really pretty color. I kind of
The
like
purple.
the purple's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
pretty. Not the
Uh-huh.
gross like yellow around it, but I like the
That's
purple.
always fun.
Yeah. Um, shall we do our quick shots of truth?
Yeah. Yes, and I was waiting for that.
Quick shots of truth. Oh, mine suck. So I don't know if you want me to go first or if you want to
You
go
go
first.
first. Just go first.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Math or science?
Science.
Post-its or stickies? Like, what do you call them?
Oh, Post-its.
Okay. Manicure or pedicure?
Manicure. No one's touching my feet. No one.
Ocean or pool?
Ocean.
Highlight or underline?
Highlight.
Nice. Those are my five.
It's good. Those are
I didn't know
unique.
what to do. I'm sitting
Okay.
at my desk and like, well, I don't know.
Mine suck too. Mine suck so bad.
But you
So
know what? They
ready?
don't suck because they're so random that we're like, oh, these suck. And then it's like,
Fun.
oh,
It's fun.
like the post-it
Yeah.
one, you thought about that for a second.
I did. I was like, wait, are you asking me two different things?
No,
Or
it's like, what do you call them? Because sometimes I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have different color post-its for different things. And I'm like, oh, I need my stickies. I don't know.
I have them all over my desk.
Same.
Everywhere.
I legit have
Okay.
like yellow for things I
Yeah.
need to do, and then red one, like pink red ones for when people ask me to do things. That's my system.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
It's scary. There's more red than yellow up, honestly, but it's fine.
Oh well. Oh well.
Oh
You don't
well.
have to do it. Um, okay, ready?
Yes.
Plants or flowers?
Flowers.
Would you rather be cold or hot?
Cold. I hate being hot.
Student or teacher?
Student.
Oh, chicken strips or chicken nuggets?
Strips.
Would you
Wait, are they
rather,
dino nuggets though? Because dino nuggets are the
that's an
superior.
exception? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's an answer, so I'm
Okay.
here for it.
Dino nuggets are
I
the
was just thinking like,
superior chicken product.
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Love those. Okay, would you rather never age physically or never age mentally?
Mentally.
This is a tricky one.
Mentally.
But then
100%.
your brain is intact and your body is just like a blob. Okay.
But
Just like you
yeah,
can't move.
I think I think it's scarier to think your brain isn't keeping up.
Yeah, I agree. That's so
than
true. Yeah, after seeing my papa have and my grandma have dementia, it's
yeah,
like
my grandma had Alzheimer's too,
horrifying.
and it's like
Yeah.
being like they want you can like see it in their eyes that they want to be able to like
Hmm.
communicate and do all this stuff, but and like
Or
physically
remember,
they
or
look fine, and it's like
hmm, it
yeah,
is
so
really scary.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think I'd rather that than like my body be like young and capable of doing things, but then my brain be like, "Bleh."
Yeah, that I agree. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, that got dark.
That was a thinker.
That was a thing.
That was a think tank moment.
Uh-huh.
Woo! Well,
We
on
did
that note,
it.
we are officially back.
We're back, baby.
Back, baby.
I'm so excited to be back.
You
So
said
excited.
you said that kind of like Terry on Solar Opposites.
Baby.
We're back, baby.
So opposite.
Solar
So
Opposites are doing a podcast, baby.
funny.
Yes.
Baby.
We need a new
Okay,
season.
so everyone please
Yep.
answer Alex's questions that she's gonna post on our
I'm gonna make them look
Instagram.
so good. You're not gonna be able to ignore the questions,
You
guys.
have to answer. It's a demand.
It's a
And
requirement.
also rate, review,
Subscribe.
subscribe, listen to our freaking podcast. You are if you're listening to this, but
Yeah, I mean, we checked our
share it,
analytics and you guys are loving it. So keep it up.
keep it up, and
Don't
share
forget to
it with your
like
friends and
too. Yeah.
family.
Yeah. And if you happen to be my sister and finally listening, thanks, because I'm gonna beat your butt when you're not pregnant anymore. I confronted her. I was like, "Have you listened to my podcast?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Why not?" She goes, "Al, I
Oh,
honestly only listen to one podcast. Everything." She's like, "I listen to the
oh,
clips and I like everything on Instagram. Does that count?" And I'm like, "Yes, but no."
sure. That's
I
that's
was like, "Yes,
supportive.
but no, but yes, but no, but yes." It was like a very hurt my head. So she's like, "Send me the link to the episode and I will listen to it." I said, "Okay, no
Oh,
problem."
great. That's perfect.
She goes, "If it makes you feel any better, I love Giggly Squad, but I also only watch their clips and like stuff." And I was like, "I guess."
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes me
She
feel
only
better.
listens to Armchair, whatever that's called, with Dak Shepard.
Oh,
The only one she
oh
listens
yeah.
to.
Wow. I listened to like 20 podcasts.
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
know.
a problem.
But she also hasn't listened to music in her car in like years. She said she only listens to podcasts. So I'm like, you can listen to
Whoa.
mine. Awesome. Be a good sister.
Yeah, put ours on,
Be
please.
like Mina. Shout out to
She's
Mina.
obsessed. Mina's obsessed.
Yes, as she should be. Like everyone is. And guys,
Hmm.
enjoy your day. We don't have a catchphrase for the end yet. So just thanks. I guess
Yeah, we
bye.
don't. Bye.
Oh, that was awful ending. Bye.